Namaste, everyone. So before we start, let us ask for divine blessing. Just open your palms to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, to all the holy masters, to all the saints, to all the holy archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, to my beloved teacher, Master Chua Kok Sui, Mahaguruji Mailing. We humbly invoke for your great, great blessings, your divine light, divine love, divine guidance, help, healing energy, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, so be it. Okay, before we meditate, we'll just have a short talk. If you remember in the email that was sent to you, the topic we're going to talk about is the will. The will. A lot of people don't realize that you have several levels of willpower. So if you want to know more about it, it's discussed in the Spiritual Essence and book, in the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, alright? So let's just make it simple. Touch your solar plexus, the soft spot in between your ribs. Say emotional will. Okay, touch in between your eyebrows, the Ajna chakra, say mental will. Okay, put your hand down. So most people, they operate from the solar plexus. It's willpower, but it's emotionally based. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, think about it. If any of you are in sales, how is the buying decision made? Is it mostly mental or emotional? Emotional, because if it's mental, then packaging wouldn't matter, right? And a lot of times you buy the salesperson first before you buy the product. If the salesperson was nice, after all you go, well, I trust this guy, so since he's a nice guy, you buy it, right? So a lot of times it's emotionally based. The only problem with that is this: if it's emotionally based, this is your solar plexus chakra. Every time you get stressed out, it either gets clogged or certain emotions start to cover it up, then your ability to make good decisions is hampered. Okay? Now, it's still good because without the solar plexus, people don't have the drive to succeed. So the solar plexus chakra, that kind of will is making you wanting to compete. You notice there's some people after a while, they got on the spiritual path, they don't feel like doing anything anymore. They're like, oh, whatever, I'll go somewhere and paint. They have a big career, they just throw everything out and they just float. So what happens, their killer instinct disappeared. You say, well, because I had enough of it. But the problem is it's not that you shut it down, you convert it. For example, so if you don't want the stress like that, it moves up to the Ajna chakra. So what kind of will is connected to the Ajna chakra? It's something like this. There are some people in your life, you will notice when they make decisions, it's not very emotional. They just say, this is what I have to do, and they just do it. Ice cold, right? That's mental will. I remember one time, I was with Grandmaster Cho. We're having lunch, and there's a certain situation that needs to be resolved. So I said, Master, what do you want to do? He looked at me and goes, it's not what I want to do, it's what has to be done. So, in your spiritual development, depending on how you make decisions, how you move forward, you have some idea which is in control, your emotional will or your mental will. Now here's the problem. When the solar plexus chakra will is too strong, then everything you do, it starts with the words, I feel. What do you want to do today? I feel like this. So, even though you have to go to work, you don't feel like it, what happens? You don't. You have to, let's say you're self-employed. You know what self-employed means? Huh? You don't work, you don't eat. So if you're self-employed, you go, I don't feel like it, that's that. Your family starves. So that's why even though it's good to have it, it's not totally reliable. It's better when it goes up to the Ajna. Okay? Now the Ajna will is something like this. You will meet certain people in your lives. There is chaos around them. There's crisis, but for some reason they keep it together. How many notice that? When that happens, that means the will is on the Ajna. So while people are becoming hysterical, they pray. You know how they pray? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. At least they're praying. Okay? Anyway, it's solar plexus based. Yeah? Then there's some people, they go, wait. Okay, all these things are happening. What is the appropriate thing to do? At that point, their will, is up here. Here's the good news. Since you know the condition of a person who can keep it together compared to the ones who can't, if you can imitate their energetic condition, you can make yourself stay calm, collected, and focused even in times of crisis. Interested? Not interested? You see, the purpose of these talks is not just to bore you with details. The way Master always taught is, when you teach, people have to walk away with something useful. Now, some of you already do this technique, you just need to be fine-tuned. How many notice if there's a crisis, you go, oh yeah, what do I have to do? You go like this. The problem is you're tapping the wrong place. If you really want to, this is in one of Master Cho's books. You go like this. The Ajna chakra is here. You take your right hand. Which hand? Right. The right hand. So you put 3 fingers together, the thumb, the index in the middle. You don't do it yet. Hold on. We'll do it together. You'll put it on your Ajna area and you'll tap several times and you'll repeat, I am power. Now the question is why? Okay, move your arm. What are you doing? I am moving my arm. What's being moved? Who's moving it? Okay, stop. So I am is moving the arm. What's being moved? The arm. If the arm disappears, who's left? I am. So who's that I am? Next. Emotionally, feel a certain emotion. What are you doing? I am feeling whatever that emotion is. What's being felt? The emotion. Who's the feeler? I am. So is the emotion and the one who's feeling it identical? One produces it, what is the product? So the feeler felt these emotions, yeah? Think of a car. What are you doing? I am thinking of a car. What's being thought of? The car. Who's the thinker? I am. So in all 3 cases, the I am, the spiritual self, is moving the body, creating the emotions, creating the thoughts. So that particular I am is the soul, the spiritual self. So when you're all stressed out, guess what happens? The emotional body is taking control. That's why you're losing it. So when you say I am power, you're saying I am, which is the spiritual self, the soul. I am power, the will aspect to control the emotions. Now here's the good news. Even though you don't fully understand the details yet, because a lot of you are new, if you do the technique, the appropriate chakra gets activated, you will get the same result. Okay, let me put you another way. In pranic psychotherapy, we have a certain saying. The condition of the chakras affect your behavior. Your behavior affect your chakras. Okay, let's put it to the test. Could you press the center of your palm? Rub it together. Okay, go like this. You ready? Okay. Scan your heart chakra. Say the energy of my heart center. Just do your best. Okay. Ready? Some of you are more sensitive than others. Just say my heart chakra. Okay, keep your hand there. You ready? Can you imagine someone you love in front of you? Could be your spouse, your children, your parents. Visualize them in front of you. Smile. Okay, some of you need reminder. When you smile, both edges of your lip go out. And if you say that's the person you love, you better fake it well. Okay. Scan your heart. What do you notice? Is it collapsing? Is it expanding? How many can feel a certain temperature in your hand? Okay, put your hand down. So the heart chakra is the chakra of love. When you care and love someone, the heart chakra expands. So your emotions or your behavior affected the chakras. Now when your chakra is big, it's also easier to love someone. It goes hand in hand. Clear? Now the Ajna chakra is the chakra of will and focus. So you notice there's some people in your life, they want something even as a kid, they fulfill it. Like I know someone who wanted to be a doctor even though she was 10, 11 years old. Right now she's in med school and she's doing well. You know, continuous focus. Then you meet there's some people in their lives that are what? They float. What do you want to do? I don't know, whatever the universe opens up for me. Nothing wrong with that. It's been 30 years. What have you been doing? No focus. Their excuse is spiritual teachings. No, I'm being blunt. The teacher talks to me like this. They usually say, oh yeah, but you know, you have to be open with the universe. Hello? God gave you willpower. What is it I need to do in my life? At least pick a target. That is the Ajna chakra. You'll notice people who are very successful, they're almost obsessed. Right? What kind of obsession? They eat, drink, sleep, breathe, whatever it is their objective. Do you get my point? That's the Ajna. Of course, it can be taken to the extreme where some family suffers, health suffers, right? But hey, if you talk to anybody who's successful, something has to be sacrificed. At least in a short time. You talk to anybody who know, there are certain things they set aside temporarily to be successful. True or not true? Think about it. Then you have people who want to just, oh yeah, I want to do everything. Let's put it this way. There's just so many hours in a day. There's just so many things you can do. If you don't focus, nothing gets done. Are we okay with this or too much? I think we're using too much will. We'll soften it. But the ability to focus is extremely important. Every time my teacher comes to the United States, when we sit down, instead of saying, hey, how are your chakras? How are your spiritual practice? He'll ask me, how many people have gone to pranic healing? How is your work? How's it? It's like very, very focused. It is only through focus that you get things done. Now, do you realize that even loving your family, even loving your children, even anything that you love, although it's love, still requires focus? You never thought that. You thought, well, it's just like... Even the ability to love requires focus. So let's say you join the feeding program. Okay? In pranic healing, we have a feeding program, which is service. Now, without focus, without the ajna, you're going to go, oh yeah, I'll help those hungry people when I feel like it. If it's up to you, those people will starve. Yeah? You say, I want to lead meditation because it helps people become more spiritual. It's an act of love. You get up in the morning and go, I don't know, I don't feel like doing it. I'd rather sleep. That's that, finish. Do you get my point? Even spiritual work requires what? Focus. Now, this ajna chakra can be scanned. Some of you who haven't taken pranic healing yet, we use our hands to feel the energy. So when you scan the ajna chakra, if it's strong, it's an indication of something. Are you interested or no?
Yes.
I'll give you an example. Many years ago, one of my colleagues was going through some emotional turmoil, okay? So I was talking to Master Cho, he said, that's strange, huh? He was like he goes, strange. Maybe this person has not been meditating because the ajna chakra is small. Then I realized what he meant. The size of your ajna chakra is an indicator of how much control the soul has over your body, your emotions, and your thoughts. When this chakra is big, this is like the governing body, like the seat of government. When the ajna chakra is strong, the soul can use it to control the different parts of you. Everything from your thoughts, your emotions, what else? Your sex drive, your everything. This is the CEO, the big boss. It's also interesting that the ajna chakra is directly connected to your pituitary gland, which is often called what? The master gland. Have you noticed sometimes you go to a spiritual healing service? You're healed. They smack you. Or do they usually smack you? Right here. You know why? If you have a curved look, when the current comes in, it goes down. Whoever the preacher or that minister is, like electric, like lightning, comes down through here, goes to their head. When it shoots into here, like an energy circuit, it goes through all the chakras. Now, of course, if the current was so strong, guess what happens? They fall over. The energy is too strong. But, if they know what they're doing, they usually project it here. Why here? Because when this is strong, it sends the signal everywhere. Now, let's go back to what we're talking about. If you're in a crisis, and you notice that, I'm about to lose it, I cannot focus. You take 3 fingers of your right hand, these 3, you tap. Okay, first use one hand, use your left hand. Go like this. See, it's like a plate. You say, the strength of my ajna chakra. Ajna is spelled A-J-N-A. The strength of my ajna chakra. You ready? Put 3 fingers together, tap it in between, right here, in between the eyebrows. Repeat after me. I am power. I am power. I am power. I, the soul, am in complete control of my body, my emotions, and my thoughts. So be it. Okay, why don't you check? If you're sensitive, you notice it's wider. Now, the ones who are new, you might want to do it at home because it takes time. Some of you are not so sensitive. But you will notice, when you're stressed out, when you scan, this chakra shrinks. When you're in control, even though things are going crazy, you stay calm, you notice this chakra is big. So the secret is simply what? Stimulating that chakra at the right time. So guess what happens? You can handle the situation without losing it. So you have emotional will, you have mental will. The question is that all there is? No, there's one more higher. The next one is the crown. So the crown is called the will to do good, or some people call it divine will. So this is what? Emotional will through the solar plexus. Ajna is what? Mental will. The crown is spiritual will or divine will, or to be more specific, the will to do good. Now, when we do the meditation later, you'll be stimulating your heart, the chakra of love, compassion, right? But you know, some people, their heart is very activated. They love the people around them. If somebody is suffering across the world, they said, so what? I don't know them. So the ability of the heart chakra to love is limited to a certain circumference. The crown chakra is called the chakra of divine love or oneness. What does that mean? It means love that is impersonal. What does impersonal mean? Even though the person suffering in Louisiana or wherever having their floods, you know, if it's just the heart chakra, you say, well, I care for them, but I have to take care of my loved ones first. Nothing wrong with it. But when the crown chakra is very, very activated, you go, you know, I cannot sit still. I gotta do something. So you start donating money to charity to help people who's affected. Some people even went over all the way to the victims of Katrina, actually went there and physically helped. So that's the crown chakra. So the problem is this: when the crown chakra gets so activated, the will to do good makes the person, what's the right term? Sacrifice anything and everything to be able to serve others. That's what happened to the teacher. In the case of Master Choa, he was traveling 10, 11 months out of the year because of the need to serve, the need to teach. Of course, when you have something like that, what happens? The health is affected, relationships are affected, and so on and so on. So, if you look at the lives of a lot of saints, that's what they do. When the crown is so activated, the will to serve others is so intense, certain parts of the life are affected. Do you get what I'm saying? So, if you still have relatives and friends and things, you know, certain responsibilities, then it's good to have both of these chakras well balanced. Because if it's just a crown that's super, super huge, sometimes we are not aware of our immediate loved ones and friends. So, solar plexus is what? Emotional will, Ashna, mental will, crown chakra, the will to do good. But that same chakra of will to do good is also the chakra of divine love. So you care for others so much that you will forsake a lot of things so that other people do not suffer. That is the key with a lot of these saints. Now, is your body still cold? A little bit? Why don't you calm a little bit? Otherwise they cannot, when they're meditating, they'll be meditating on shaking. Okay. Alright, so that gives you an idea. What is the first technique you learned? Put 3 fingers of which hand? The right hand. Tap in between your eyebrows. Now make sure you tap the right place. Don't tap the forehead. If you tap the forehead chakra, you space out. It's here in between the eyebrows, not on here. You know what happens when some people tap up here? You want to know?
Yes.
Instead of handling the situation, they withdraw. See, the forehead chakra, you learn this in higher teachings. This is the crown, this is the forehead. When the forehead chakra is very, very activated, you have a tendency to be able to sense what's happening in the inner worlds or the higher worlds. That's why in the Lord's Prayer, the way Master Choa taught it, when you say Our Father, it stimulates the crown. When you say Who art in heaven, the forehead chakra gets activated. Now you say, what is heaven? If you talk to a Buddhist, you say, when I die, I'll go to heaven. They'll say, which one? You know why? In the Buddhist tradition, when you say heaven, the heaven is basically the energy world or the inner world. There are many compartments. Have you heard of astral plane?
Yes.
Okay, have you heard of mental plane and so on? So these are different dimensions. It's like different floors to a building. Okay, I'll just make it short while we're waiting for him to do the temperature. How many notice that when a loved one or friend passes on, a few of the friends and loved ones dream about them in the next few weeks? Yeah? Why? Why is it afterwards they don't? You see, energetically, it's very obvious. When your body sleeps, it is just literally your body that sleeps. So the soul, which is spiritual energy, part of the energy is left to keep the body healthy and alive and regenerating when the body is immobilized. Part of it, the soul rides this emotional body like a vehicle, goes traveling in the emotional world. You call it dreaming. Okay, let's make it more complicated. Astral projection. You don't have to pay anyone to teach you. You do it every night for free. You get my point? Now, what you call death, the process is almost identical. The only thing different is when you dream, part of the energy is left in the body to keep it alive so that the soul can come back. What you call death is a complete withdrawal. So the body does not have that energy. So the connection is severed. There is no connection. But in that interim time, when you're dreaming, your loved one or friend is also in the same world. Now you say, I dream about them. That's actually not a very accurate term. You know what actually happened? This is water, this is tea. Where's the tea? Huh? It merged. Yeah? Now that's just water. How about if it's gas? Now you, the spiritual self, is even higher vibration. It's pure light. So when you dream about someone, just imagine two lenses of flashlights where the lights meet. So you didn't just meet. You didn't just dream about them. You actually energetically, quote unquote, experience one with them, at least at that time. The limitation is your brain. When your soul comes back, the limitation is how much does your brain able to actually register. That's why you will notice if you do your meditation on a regular basis, the more you do meditation, you'll notice the more vivid your dreams become. Because the act of meditating does many things, and one of them is upgrade the vibration of your brain cells so you can record the very subtle signals that happen in the dream state. You with me so far? So, a lot of these things, well, let's go back to what we're talking about. The forehead chakra is this. When he says, who art in heaven, this forehead chakra is what allows you to perceive what's in the inner world. So when you're tapping, you see you're stressed out and you tap the wrong place. If you tap up here, there's a tendency for you to say, oh, this world, it is not permanent anyway. So whatever, let me just go back and retreat and meditate. So instead of dealing with a problem, there's a tendency to what? To withdraw and float. So make sure you tap the right place, which is what? In between the eyebrows. Clear? You want to hear some more? You had enough? Yeah. Okay. Now, another thing in the Ajna chakra is something like this. If you have a loved one or a friend, of course this is somebody that don't mind. Don't go up to a stranger, start going like this. So if you notice your children are kind of losing it. You say, honey, it's okay. Put your thumb, just stimulate the Ajna chakra a little bit. If you activate it, within a few minutes, when this becomes big, this will all tell all the other chakras to behave. That person calms down. Clear? Now, if you have children that are emotionally a little too stimulated, you do general sweeping, clean out their chakras, and then you activate the Ajna chakra. They have a tendency to want to think for themselves. If you have children that are being bullied, you clean, make the Ajna chakra big. So they will have direction. They will have what? Direction. If you have children that can't make decisions, I don't know, you do it for me. That means the Ajna is weak. That's why you heard the word strong-willed child. If you scan them, the Ajna is big. So in that case, your problem is not making them stronger. The problem is direct them in the right direction. Because if their direction is good, they will harness that power to get things done. Do you get my point? So will is not always just trying to hurt people or smashing people in the head. Will also is the ingredient of very successful people, both spiritual people and not so good people. So I'll finish it with this. I remember a message saying that the world is basically just run by two kinds of people. People with the will to do good and the will to do bad. The rest of the people just follow. Think about it, right? There are certain people says, I want to do this, and the rest of the people is either follow this way or this way. Now the question is, how do you know which one to follow? This same chakra is also the chakra not only for will, but higher intelligence. So that's where the word discernment comes in. So before we finish, it's something like this. Some of you heard this before. Do not believe something just because it's written in holy books. Do not believe something just because the masses believe it. Don't believe something just because I said it. Who said that? the Lord Buddha. So you're talking about a being. Okay, some of you are not familiar. I know some of you are new, so just do your best. Don't beat up the person who dragged you here. What did you bring me this weird stuff? Okay, anyway. Just to give you an idea, your aura, if this is your body, the energy emanation of your aura, for most people, is about 3 to 4 feet, give or take. If you do a lot of meditation maybe 4 to 5 feet. If you have somebody like the Lord Buddha, who's an enlightened being, this is just a guess. I could be completely wrong. Huh? His aura is probably at that time twice the size of the planet. Did you kind of hit that yet? So somebody is already that advanced. Yet what does he say? Don't believe it just because I said it. Only through personal experience, analysis, and and experiencing the truth should you believe something. In Christianity, they call this discrimination or discernment of the teachings. Clear? That's why if you come to pranic healing, what do we say? You're not obligated to believe what is taught. You analyze, experiment, and what? You make your own conclusion. Clear? And what we usually do is, you do this, these are the reasons why. You never hear me say, do this because trust me. Clear? The mental faculty does not stay in the car when you go to spiritual work. In fact, a lot of people who are spiritually very, very powerful are extremely intelligent people. You know why? The soul uses the intelligence to be able to make things happen. And guess which chakra is the one we're talking about? Also this guy. So emotional will, mental will, and then what? The will to do good. How you guys doing? Anyway, just think about it. Alright, we'll meditate now. Before we start, could you get up and just do some shaking? Did you ask them to warm it up a little bit? You know why we're telling them to make the room cold earlier? Because last time we were here it was a sauna. And you thought it was your Kundalini energy. Okay, have a seat. Okay, how intense do you want the meditation? Medium, mild, wild, or thermonuclear? Your choice. Yeah, right. Okay. Simple question. If you have a pipe, and the pipe is all clogged up inside, how much water can get through? Not much, right? Okay. So in electronics, they have this saying, not saying, it's a law, Ohm's law. How many heard it before? Ohm is O-H-M, not Ohm as in Ohm, not that Ohm. It's Mr. Ohm. Okay. Ohm's law says the current, which is I, is equivalent to the voltage over the resistance. In other words, if I take a piece of wire, how much current goes through is dependent on the source pushing these electrons, overcoming what is the resistance of the wire, which is what? The quality of the wire, the size of the wire. Guess what? Your body is the wire. So how clean our pipes is will determine how much of this spiritual current goes through. So if you're up to it, well, let's do a quick cleaning and then make the meditation intense. Don't promise you'll sleep tonight, but well. Anyway, if you can remove your shoes, don't worry, air conditioning is strong, you can handle it. Some of your crown chakras need big healing, huh? Okay, now the question is why? You see, how many remember the story in the Bible that Lord Jesus washed the feet of the apostles? Yeah? What were we taught in church? Why did he wash their feet? He wanted to show humility. How many remember that? You know, if the verse stopped there with the story, that would have been good. The problem is, the next few verses, what? Peter said, Lord, do not wash my feet. Remember? What did Lord Jesus say? If you don't let me wash your feet, you have no part of me. Now, if you think about it, if it's all about him showing humility, why make a big deal? How many notice some of your friends who are either Korean, Filipino, Middle Eastern, usually don't bring their shoes into the house? Yeah? How come? You don't bring their dirt in? If that's all there is, they should just put the shoes somewhere inside the house. But somehow they don't bring it in. The question is why? You see, if you have a clairvoyant look at your aura, it's brightest on the top and it progressively gets dimmer as she goes down. So if you have somebody look at your aura, if you scan, it's brightest up here. That's why if you want to see somebody's aura, you don't look at their armpit. Where do you look? On the head, it's brightest here, and it progressively gets dimmer. So as the energy tries to goes through our pipes, the energy gets choked. By the time it gets to the knees and below, for most people, it's relatively dim. Guess what? When you clean the bottom from the knee down, energetically clean with salt water or certain cleansing techniques, you will notice your meditation becomes more intense. You also notice there's one more benefit. I know you'd be interested though.
Yes.
Better emotional control. You know why? It's something like this. In the chakra system, the solar plexus chakra is called the clearing house. What is the clearing house? It's like Grand Central Station. Energy flowing down, energy flowing up, a lot of it crisscrosses through the solar plexus. That's why when this gets clogged up, you're mentally, emotionally, physically affected. So, if you oftentimes, when you take a shower, take fine salt with lavender oil and clean from your knee down and you scrub, including your feet. When you start doing meditation, you notice the energy is smoother. You also notice emotionally, when you get stressed out, it does not build up. You know why? Because since this area is kept clean, it is allowed to drain right through. You don't have to believe me, you go try it tonight. Now tonight, what we're doing with the meditation, the reason I had you remove your shoes, most people wear leather shoes. Leather is a insulator. Clear? So when you're meditating, if you want to let it go through, it's easier if you're not wearing shoes. Okay, so let's go for it. You ready? Tap your crown. Press the center of your palms. You don't have to press your feet. Just be aware of the soles of your feet. You ready? Put your hand like this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to chant Om just to flush the system. How important do you think intention is? Huh? So your intention is not just to chant. Your intention is, as you chant, you focus on the 5 areas and just feel the divine energy flow through. Now, we have a big room. If you notice it's kind of tight, go ahead and move your chair. Because some of you are chanting like this, you know. Stretch your chair. Okay? So when you do it, another thing is important. Your armpit should be slightly more open for ventilation. No, I'm kidding. So if you're like this, the energy gets stuck. So you relax, just like in Tai Chi, they go, like that. Armpit slightly open, relax, keep your neck and your back straight. As you chant, feel the energy flow down like a waterfall. Okay, ready? Focus on the crown, the hands and the feet. Take a deep breath. Just feel the energy flow right through. Silence, experience the downpouring of spiritual energy. The divine energy is cleansing your crown chakra is being cleansed. All negative thoughts, negative energies in your crown chakras are cleansed, disintegrated, extracted, and properly disposed of. Your forehead chakra is being cleansed, your ajna chakra is being cleansed, your throat chakra is being cleansed, your front and back heart chakras are being cleansed, your front back solar plexus chakras are being cleansed. Your front and back liver and spleen chakras are cleansed. Your navel, your mengmen, your sex chakra, your basic chakras are being cleansed. Your entire body is like a hollow tube. Liquid divine light is disintegrating any negative thoughts, negative energies in all these energy channels and flushing them down deep into the earth to be utilized. So be it. Let's chant Om to encourage the flow even more. next 3 ohms, do it silently. Okay? Just chant silently. I'll chant verbally, you chant silently. Just feel the energy flow to your body. Okay? Just chant silently. Thoughts and energies in your chakras are disintegrated, extracted, properly flushed down into the earth to be neutralized. Just be receptive. Just be still, be aware. Allow the energy flow down to your spine, your arms, your legs. Focus on your hands and your feet. Allow the fresh divine energy like a water to flush out any stress, negative thoughts, negative emotions out of your system, through your crown, to your brain, your eyes, your throat, your chest, the inside, your heart, your lungs, your liver, spleen, your stomach, your intestines, your arms, your legs, your reproductive organs. You're under a waterfall of brilliant light. All negative thoughts, negative energies, any blockages are now being disintegrated, extracted, properly flushed down. In the name of the Divine Supreme God, in the name of my teacher, Master Tso Hoksui, Mahaguju Jumein, all the high beings, your chakras are cleansed, your subtle bodies are cleansed, your meridians are cleansed. So be it. Just be receptive. You don't have to do anything. Just let it flow through your body. So be it. All right. Open your eyes. How do you feel? Anybody feel a little lighter? Okay, let's continue. So, just to give you an outline, what we're going to do is this. First, we're going to invoke for divine blessing again to get a stronger connection. Then we'll affirm oneness. It's something like this. How many notice when you meditate, it seems to be more intense when you're in a group compared to by yourself? It's something like this. Just imagine if you could see the spiritual cord or like an energetic pipe on each of your heads. Every time you meditate, as more light comes down, it stretches. Okay? That's why you notice in a lot of spiritual pictures, you always see this light coming down. Now, when you do it as a group, as each of your spiritual pipes become bigger, for some strange reason, light qualities attract. It's all high frequency spiritual energy. It seems to merge. It looks like instead of individual pipes on each of our heads, it looks like this whole room is one big tunnel. The compounding effect. So you can do it at home, but if you do it at home compared to being in a group, it's less intense. But here's the good news. The real you is not the body, yeah? Okay, not too clear. Look, how do you call soul in Spanish? Alma. How do you call soul in Sanskrit? Atma. In Italian, they call it anima, where the word animate came from. So, it's okay. So imagine if this cloth was the body, the soul, when the spiritual self enters and uses the body is animated. When the animating factor is pulled out, the body is dead. So the animating factor is animating the body, animating the emotions, animating the thoughts. Are you with me so far? So when you say I am, you have to be careful what comes afterwards. When you say I am happy, or when you say I am hungry, I am angry, you always think who is really hungry, who is really angry. The I am is the spiritual self. So what's that got to do with this? The good news is, even if a lot of you who are not in this room, when you're going to meditate at a certain time, if you repeat a simple affirmation called the I am affirmation, you start to realize, even though I'm not sitting in that group, if I affirm that I'm not the body, not the emotional thoughts, I'm the soul, and the spiritual self can experience a connection with the whole group, it's as if all of you are sitting in one big stadium. Do you realize?
Yes, Mr. J.
Or didn't catch it yet? Oh well, anyway. You know what? You know the good thing about that? It allows, because of modern technology, it allows people to become more spiritual. That's the nice thing about this video stream, audio stream, whatever. We've heard a lot of people say, yeah, I can only come to the events because I live far away. I can only come there, once a year. But because of the internet and how we can energetically connect and meditate together, it's as if even though I'm far away, I'm still learning, I'm still part of the group. Anybody experience that? Yes. So I've always been taught, use the best available technology to spread spiritual work. Clear? So anyway, enough talk. Let's do meditation. Put your hands on your heart. You ready? Let's just ask for divine blessing. You can pray to whoever you like as long as they're nice. Huh? Okay. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, to all the holy masters, to all the saints, to all the holy archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. You can pray to whoever you like. I humbly ask the blessings of my beloved and respected teacher, Master Chua Hok Sui, to his beloved teacher, Mahaguruji Meiling, and all the spiritual elders. We thank you for your great, great blessings, your divine light, divine love, divine guidance, help, healing, and protection. Thank you for divine oneness, so we may be instruments of love, mercy, and compassion to the entire earth. So be it. Okay? So, be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown, repeat with me. I am that I am. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotions, I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. Just be still, focus on your crown. Say, I am the soul. I'm a spiritual being of divine intelligence, love, and power. I, the soul, control the thoughts, the emotions, and the body. I am the soul. I am that I am. Just be still. Allow your awareness to rise above the body. I am the soul. Raise your awareness even higher. Allow it like steam to expand and rise. I'm connected in one to my higher soul, the Atma within me. I am that I am. Allow your awareness to expand and rise further. I am connected in one with the divine spirit within me, the Param Atma within me. I am that I am. I'm connected to God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There is only oneness. We are one. I am that I am. Just be still, be aware. Just listen. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, you're not the thoughts, you're the soul. You're a spiritual being of divine intelligence, love, and power. You're connected in one with your higher soul. You're connected in one with the divine spark, the divine spirit within you. You are a child of God. You are one with God. You are one with all. That is who you are. Be still. Be aware. Let go. Just let go. You are one with God, you are one with all. In Sanskrit, the Supreme God is the Para Brahman. So just listen. One of the techniques taught by Master Cho to experience oneness with God is chanting the mantra Om Namo Para Brahman Om. I, the soul or the spiritual self, salute the absolute supreme God. So be it. That is the meaning. So just listen. Allow yourself to just let go. Allow yourself to tap into that universal current. Let go now. Just meditate on the inner stillness, the inner peace, and the divine bliss. Just let go. You can lower your hands on your lap and just let go. Be aware of the inner stillness and the inner peace within you. Will intensify the energy more. Just be still and let go. pure energy. Allow yourself to just dissolve into the infinite light. Let go. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Maintain your state of oneness. We will now harness this powerful, loving energy to bless Mother Earth and different parts of the world that need God's blessing. On a low tone, just say, we are one. We are one. We are one with God. We are one with all. We are one with all the spiritual elders. We are one with all the spiritual teachers. We are one with all the saints. We are one with all the holy archangels and holy angels. There is only oneness. Maintain your state of oneness. Simultaneously raise your hands in blessing position. We will now do meditation twin hearts as taught to us by Master Choa Kok Sui. With your left hand, gently tap the center of your chest. With your right hand, tap your crown. With your hands open, visualize the planet Earth in front of you. Repeat with me in a low tone. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred in the world, let me sow divine love. Let every person and every being, without exception, be blessed with peace and with love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. To all who I've hurt, in however way I've hurt you, I've learned my lesson. I humbly ask for your forgiveness. And I forgive myself. To all who have hurt me, we are all children of God. We are all in the process of evolving. Evolution involves time, process, and lots of dumb mistakes. I've had my share of mistakes and learned from them. So can you. God's peace and love be with me. God's peace and love be with you. To all who have hurt me, you are completely forgiven. Go in peace. May you be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. May you be blessed with spiritual growth and maturity. Namaste. So be it. I release you. Can you feel a weight being lifted? Allow the strong current of divine energy to flush all these cares and concerns out of your system now. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. To all who are suffering, may you be blessed with hope and faith and a better life. So be it. Now let's take this opportunity to bless the areas being affected by the tropical storm or the Hurricane Isaac in the Louisiana area. May all those people be blessed. May each one of them be blessed with hope and faith in a better life. May they be blessed with divine protection. May the ones who've been hurt be blessed with healing. May they find help immediately. May they be comforted. So be it. Can you feel the energy flowing through you? Blessings be to all. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. And where there is sadness, let me sow joy. So be it. Let every person and every being be blessed with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and faith, with light and lots of joy. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart. Inhale. Lift your awareness up to the crown and exhale. You stay on the crown. Your crown is filled with beautiful liquid golden light. Allow the golden light to just flow down through your hands to the entire earth again. And repeat with me. From the heart of all-loving God, let every person and every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, with harmony, and divine peace. So be it. Now visualize your family members, your friends. Shower them with love, with joy and kindness. Especially the ones who are in conflict or not getting along with you. Shower them with loving energy. Flooding them with peace, with love. Allow their heart to open, to forgive, and to let go. So be it. So be it. Continue flooding them with golden light. Let the golden light from your crown spread to the people at work. Let it spread throughout your city, your country. Let the golden light just flood the entire earth now. So be it. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown together. Imagine beautiful golden light from both the heart and the crown flowing through your hands, intensely flooding the entire earth. Repeat with me. From the heart of God, through my entire being, let every person, every being on earth, in the lower worlds, the middle worlds, the higher worlds, in all 8 directions, be blessed unconditionally with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, harmony, with goodwill, and the will to do good. So be it. Now visualize Syria and other parts of the world that have conflicts. Flood those areas with lots of golden light. Let Syria and all other parts of the world that are having conflicts be blessed with peace, with harmony, with healing, and divine order. So be it. Visualize people getting along. Let there be peace, love, harmony, and prosperity in those places. With God, all is possible. So be it. Now personally, can you think of somebody that is in conflict with you, or you're with them, that you're having such a difficult time releasing? Utilize the intense divine energy flowing through us as one. Shower them with loving energy. And just look at them, say, Namaste, peace be with you. We are all children of God. We all make mistakes. We are all growing. Peace be with your soul. I forgive you. Thank you for forgiving me. So be it. Namaste. Take a deep breath. And exhale, release all negative energy that might be holding you back. May each one of you be blessed by God with peace, love, joy, and inner peace. So be it. Blessings be to all. Now, as we turn the music down, gently lower your hands on your lap, palms up. On your crown, imagine a beautiful golden flame. Look at that golden flame. The flame is getting brighter and brighter. Allow the love within your heart to gently rise up, and into the flame. The flame is getting brighter and brighter. Just gently meditate on the beautiful golden flame. Listen to the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. In between each syllable, meditate on the silence and the beautiful flame. Meditate on the stillness and that empty space, that nothingness in between each syllable, and let go. You are a being of light. Allow yourself to just dissolve into that nothingness. Be still, be aware, let go now. of your being is swimming in that golden light. Just let go. Let go. Your stillness and awareness. May you, the soul, the spiritual self, be blessed by God. By our teacher, Master Chohok Sui Mahaguji Mele, may you be blessed by all the spiritual elders. May you be blessed by all the spiritual teachers, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, and spiritual helpers. May you, the soul, and your families be blessed with love, with sweetness, with joy and happiness. May you, the spiritual self, be blessed by God with Ananda, bliss. Now, let go. Ananda, Ananda. Gently, slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers. Gently move your toes. Gently and slowly come back. Take your time. Take your time, no rush. I know some of you don't want to come back. It's okay. Nice spiritual vacation. Take your time. Everybody okay? Could you please raise your hand in blessing position? First, bless our loved ones and our friends. This is to release the excess energy your body cannot absorb. So first, visualize your family and loved ones in front of you. Shower them with waves of golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, happiness, prosperity, and spirituality. So be it. Now visualize your job and your career. May it be blessed with success, with advancement, with progress, and prosperity also. So be it. Now visualize the city you live in, the country. Shower those areas with also lots of golden light. Just say blessings be to all. Now visualize that area affected by the hurricanes, and there are a lot of people affected by the floods. Flood that area with golden light. May the blessings of God, may the blessings of all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, may the blessings pour down to these areas. May the waters recede. May the people who are in need of help find help immediately. May they be blessed with inner strength. May you be blessed with healing. May you be blessed with divine protection. So be it. Blessings be to all. So be it. Now, if you can think of some areas in the world that you know of are having problems, you can just channel the energy there. May those areas be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with healing, guidance, help, and protection. So be it. So be it. Now, if you like, okay, open your eyes for a second. It's customary after meditation, you have all this energy. So if there's any projects that you have that are coming up, you're looking for a new job, you're looking for a relationship, whatever. All those require energy to be successful. So if you have written it down, pull it out. If you haven't, just think about it with intention, visualize it in front of you. Let's use the group energy with so much energy, bless those areas. If you know somebody who needs healing, some people lost their jobs and they have a new job that they need, whatever. God is all-knowing. We are just the pipes. So if you like, raise your hands, repeat after me. We are one. We are one. We are one to channel God's blessings. So be it. Okay, visualize those things in front of you. The ones who know how to do it, you have written it down, put it in front of you. Flood it with massive golden light. So be it. Just keep going. If you want your relationships to improve, visualize it getting better. Flood it with beautiful light, lots of golden light. If your finances need to be improved, visualize your finances improving tremendously. Blessing it with light. Your health, if you need healing, okay, visualize yourself in good health, flooded with golden light. Your loved ones and friends who might need, help with their finances, their health, just shower them with lots of light. With God, all is possible. May all these projects be blessed by God. May all your wishes be blessed by God. So be it. Just continue releasing the excess energy and blessing those areas in your life. Say so be it. Okay. Now aim your hands down. Focus on your feet and the base of your spine. Imagine golden light going down, down, deep into Mother Earth. Repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth now. So be it. So be it. And so it is. All right. So open your palms. Let's just give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, to all the holy masters, to all the saints, to all the holy archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. You can thank whoever you like. To my beloved and respected teacher, Master Choa Sui Mahaguru Jumeling, to the Lord Christ, to the Lord Buddha, to all the spiritual elders, we thank you for your great blessings, your divine light, love, guidance, help, and protection. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to serve. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to spread the light, the love, and the power throughout the entire earth. In full faith, so be it. All right. How was the meditation? Some of you got spiritually barbecued. Not too bad. I did ask you, you wanted intense. How was the stillness? This is how you know if you really let go. If you're still complaining about the cold, you did not let go. You get my point? Here's how you know you let go. You don't feel the butt on your chair anymore. You let go. You see, when you say, I'm not the body, literally at that time during the meditation, you are experiencing yourself as the energy. So that's why you don't feel the chair. You got it? When you say I'm not the emotions, you should notice your emotions just like zero, nothing. Whatever stress, whatever stuff you went through, at that point when you say I'm not the emotion, you experience yourself as pure energy. All that just at that point didn't matter, it disappeared. When you really experience yourself as you are a being of light, that you are not the thoughts, that means all thinking just, you get my point? Anyway, some of you are new, so we're giving you some benchmarks. So when you do your meditation on your own, you know when you let go, when all these things are not in your awareness. Now, how many notice some of you are like floating in outer space? Right? You don't feel anything, you don't see anything, but you just know you're somewhere existing in nothingness. So that's why in Buddhism they say God or the Tao is formless. Kong means empty, nothing. In Hinduism they say sunya, nothing. You know why nothing? Not a thing. Pure energy, pure light. Even E is equal to mc squared, what's the guy? Einstein. That is not the pure energy you are, because there's still M. M is mass. The real you, pure energy, there is no mass. Pure light. Now, do you realize what that means, don't you? No? I don't either. No, I'm kidding. All right. It means when you do your meditation, spiritual practice properly, you are actually able to have a real spiritual vacation, regardless of what's happening in your life. You get my point? The good news is this: once you experience who you are not, you get to know who you really are. Once you know who you really are, you can come back and control the body, the emotions, and the thoughts. It's just like you have to peel it off first to know who's there, so that you can put it back on and you control what is the vehicle. Are we communicating? Some of you look too stoned to listen. It's okay. At least it's a good meditation. All right. I think that's good. That's not too bad. We did, let's see, we started, that was about 45-minute meditation. Now, if you were really meditating, really letting go, you did not notice the time go through. Now, if you go like this, you're not meditating. Okay. I think that is good. The people of the world who are watching, everybody just yell Namaste. Namaste. Thank you all for joining us. Have a nice day. Or nice evening. Wherever you are. We don't know where they are. Okay, Namaste. Good night. Bye.